You guys, I'm a huge believer in if we're going to go after business, we should go after the business that we want to have and the type of people we want to be in business with. Okay. When you said, I'm going to go after apartment complexes, who is the client at an apartment complex? What do first time buyers not have typically? So you're going to chase a bunch of people around to hopefully squeeze one through that's going to be the hardest deal to pull them through. So listen, you're going to spend the same amount of time, effort, energy, and resources to go and drum up a whole bunch of buyers that probably can't buy. Okay. And the reason that we do this is because it's an easier path to go down in our minds. We have all these people sitting in an apartment place where we want to help first time home buyers. We want to make sure that we really are like, oh, we're looking after them. But the reality of it is, you're going to have the lowest conversion rate because, number one, depending on the price range in your market, a lot of them can't even afford to buy a home. Even if they had the money, they can't afford the house payment. They can't afford the taxes. They can't afford the insurance. Okay.
Yeah,
And
and once they get with a loan officer, a lot of times they're like, "Oh, I think I'm going to wait 6 months for rates to come down." Not that we can't work our magic and help them, but it's more normal than not that
right.
that's how it
And
goes.
so like what in our mortgage business that Linda runs, we would never go out and say we have all this first time home buyer money available because every lead that came in had no money. That was what they were after. They were after 100% down payment assistance. They were after all of these things. And so I want to encourage you to think bigger and think about the kind of client or clientele that you really want to have.
So I'm reminded of we went to some conferences so we could just learn from this company. One of the other clients, he was a brand new realtor. He never owned a home on the lake, but he grew up on the lake with his parents. And so he knew the lake lifestyle and he knew the price point there. He knew he liked lake people. Like he knew he liked everything about it, but he was brand stinking new. But that's who he wanted to market to. And within a year or two, he was the guy on the lake selling every house, right? Buyers buying, sellers selling. And it's because it's just how he marketed himself. So like, Jason is 100% right. Like up here between the ears, this is the only thing limiting you from whatever part of town you want to do business in, whatever type of people you want to work with. And it's very noble. And listen, those first time homebuyers come by, we're not going to turn them away, right? We're going to love them, we're going to help them, and that's like we're not saying don't work with them. But I don't lead with that in my marketing because if I do, I spend so much time working with people that it's just such a small margin of them that I can convert to a real homeowner right now. It has nothing to do with I'm not trying to not work with them. I would work with them in a heartbeat, but that's not where I'm going to spend my marketing dollars. I'm going to spend it in a on a group of people who can buy in today's market and who I can connect with a first time home buyer all day long. It always adds excitement. It breathes, new life back into me. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that, right? It is fun. There's a certain element of like refreshment or something that comes from working with a first time home buyer. But I love connecting with a seasoned real estate investor or somebody who's later in life and they're upsizing because they've finally like got to the place where they can buy their dream home, or they're downsizing because that's what's important to them. So like for where we are in life, there's some other things that I really enjoy connecting with people on. So that's what I would encourage you to really think about. What do you love? What part of town do you love? What kind of people do you love?